Stop wasting your money on sports card packs. I know that sounds crazy, but if you're ripping packs hoping to make money, you are playing a losing game. The best pack to buy for profit is none. Now, I'm about to prove to you why. Plus, I'll actually show you what works to make money in this hobby. I also dropped a free PDF down below in the description that walks you through this whole thing step by step. Let's get into it. So, let's break down some simple math when it comes to opening up sports card packs and boxes. I'm going to take 2025 Topps Chrome Baseball, okay? Topps actually released the odds of pulling a superfractor card. So there is a superfractor in one in every 28,345 packs, okay? Now, a superfractor card could be, of a great player, of an okay player, but let's be really conservative. Let's say the average superfractor is worth $10,000. It is not. It's not even close to that. It's probably a few thousand, if that. But let's say the average superfractor is worth $10,000. If you do the math and you do 10,000 divided by 28,345, that means the average pack, the expected value per pack is 35 cents per pack, okay? And even at $100,000, if every superfractor was worth $100,000, okay, and you divide that by 28,345, that means each pack should be worth $3.53. Okay. So that's all that means. Each pack should be worth $3.53. Now, what is the average price of a pack of cards for Topps Chrome Baseball right now? About $12 to $13. And going back to the $10,000 example, if the average superfractor is worth $10,000, which it's not, but if it is, that means the average pack should be priced at about 35 cents. This isn't perfect math by any stretch of the imagination because there's other cards you could pull, of course, but a pack is worth $12 to $13, not 35 cents, right? And why is this? Because I want you to think about what you're doing when you open up a pack of cards or a box of cards, right? You're paying for the product, right? Topps, when they produce cards, they have to pay for the product. What that means is the player licensing, right? They have to shell out billions of dollars to the NFL, to the NBA, to have the license or the rights to actually put these players in their products with the logos. You have to pay for printing materials, right? There's also quality control. That's just a little bit of product. Also, you have to pay for overhead for the Topps company, right? So this is salaries, right? They have $50,000 workers all the way up to people making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars a year. Their payroll is tens of millions of dollars a year at least, and you have to pay for that, right? How else are they supposed to make a profit? Also, you have to pay for insurance and warehouses, right? These Topps, these huge factories that produce these cars, legal marketing, right? How much of that marketing do you see of Topps promoting their products? Of course, you see a lot of it. You have to pay for all that, right? That's all factored into the price. That's how Topps makes money, all right? You also have to pay for distribution margins. So when Topps creates cards, they don't just sell all of their packs of cards right to the consumer. They give it to distributors, and these distributors have to make a buck, right? And then the distributors give it to local card shops and other people that really distribute everything and breakers and stuff. So you have to pay for all these levels of people that must make a profit, okay? And then once your local card shop has a pack of cards, well, they need to make money, right? They got to pay for rent. They have some staff, utility. There's inventory risk, right? Some things sit on the shelf for long periods of time. They don't actually make money. So you have to pay for all these level of profits that every person at each level has to make, plus all the huge expenses that Topps must have in order to produce these cards. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Topps. That's just business. But I want you to be aware of where you're actually putting your money when you open up a pack of cards. And I want to go into this, the advertising when it comes to packs or breakers. Once again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with these people, but I just want you to know it's gambling, right? Because what Topps or a breaker or a repack product will do is they will showcase the top cards in the product, right? Just like the lotto, right? The government, when they advertise the lotto, they say, hey, the jackpot's $1 billion, but the odds of you hitting that, right, are far, far less than the expected value, right? And when Topps shows you 2025 Topps Chrome Baseball and they're highlighting the best possible card to pull that's worth $80,000 or $100,000 of XYZ player or a breaker's doing the same thing. What they're not telling you is it's going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, in opened up packs to finally hit that card, right? And you must understand this. And this is why I always think it's funny that people who open up cases and boxes will say that my advertising is, scammy or whatever. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that every single student that buys my program makes money, right? It's just not the reality of life. But I actually strive towards helping people make money as opposed to these breakers and packs, and boxes and tops and this and that. They are essentially using deceptive advertising. They're right. They're basically hanging a donut in front of your head, but they're not telling you the actual math, right? Just like Hard Rock Casino, right? When I see their advertisements in Florida, they don't show how much people lose, right? They show the 1 in 100,000 people that hit a crazy jackpot because that's what they want you to believe. And it's just marketing. And that's just how marketing's been for the longest time. But I just don't want you to get caught up in losing a lot of money because I see people lose a lot of money from opening up packs and boxes all the time because it is addictive and it is gambling. The actual effective way to make money, simply put, is buying low, selling high. So buying cards in the off season, right? So to give you an example, I just sold a 2023 Bowman Chrome Blue PSA 10 of Spencer Jones. I paid about $1,200 for this card in November when nobody was buying baseball, everybody was buying basketball and everybody was buying football, and I just sold it for $1,700, right? So I bought it while it was low. January, February hit, the hype starts to build up, right? The market starts to go up because baseball's getting closer. Someone like Spencer Jones has a lot of hype because he's supposed to start for the Yankees this year and his value goes up. And I was able to make some predictable money from it. And also grading cards, right? You could do that same exact concept of buying low in the offseason and then selling it as you get closer to the season, and also buying raw cards to get graded. So you're able to make profit on getting a PSA 10. But that is the best pack of cards to buy. In reality, it is none. And you should understand the math behind it. I dropped a free PDF down below of exactly what I'm talking about so you could actually have something on paper. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you folks in the next one. Cool. Good. Now we're on to the callers. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And you guys can call into that phone number I just dropped below, 813-618-2075. Yeah, breaking's a bad thing, man. It's gambling at its worst form. You actually have much better odds of, going to the casino and playing roulette, even though your odds aren't good there either. All right, we have our first missed caller. We should start saving everyone's phone number that repeat calls in, because I feel like an idiot sometimes saying like, "Hey man, it's Eric," and they're like, "Oh, I just called in last week." All right, first caller from Clearwater, Florida. Let's do it. Hey, what's up? You have Eric. You are live.
Hey, how's it going, man?
What's up, man? Who's calling?
This is Costa from Athens, Georgia.
Sweet, dude. Athens, Georgia. The area code says Clearwater. I thought you were from Clearwater.
Oh, I'm from Tarpon Springs originally, so born and raised down there.
Okay, cool. That's a nice area. But how can I help?
Yeah. Just had a question. Just like you said, just for fun, kind of like a little side thing. Just grab some cards here and there.
Yep.
My thing is, like I'm grabbing, kind of like more bets that kind of retain their value, like you said. Big All-Star fan. So some of these cards, I just collect a bunch of All-Star. They might maybe not get to 10, but like what's your whole process as far as when you send them in? If you think it's going to get a 9, I mean, if the return investment is closer to the raw versus like the 10's not like a crazy jump, are you still just, you rather have it slabbed up in a 9 or just sell it raw like that?
I keep it raw.
Yeah.
Usually a 9. Usually in my experience, usually it's a little bit harder to sell a 9 than it is raw. It's a little less liquid because people, most people don't know what they're doing when it comes to grading cards. So even that you might know the card's not going to get a 10, someone else may not know that, and it just makes it a little bit more liquid. But I keep it raw generally.
Gotcha. Awesome. And as far as like your prep, like what goes into your setting? I haven't done that before, setting things in. What is your whole process as far as like when do you prep the cards at all, wipe them down at all? Or
yeah, so I actually don't do it myself, but I could tell you what you should do.
Yep.
So if you're starting out, I'd recommend sending the cards into yourself, right? So get them in the mail. Just as a quick tip, you could get a reseller's license in Georgia. It's about $100 or $200, and so you don't have to pay sales tax. Because when you buy a card for like $100, you have to pay the Georgia sales tax on top of it, so you can get that wiped. And the best, yes, you want to wipe the cards. There's something called Kurt's Card Cleaner. That is generally speaking the best thing I've seen people use, and he has tons of videos online. I am not an expert at cleaning cards. Actually, myself, I've always sent it to people. I'm an expert at evaluating cards, but actually cleaning them, not an expert. But there's tons of videos online. All you're doing is wiping it down because if you send a card in for grading and it has a tiny little dust mark that could have easily been wiped off. Well, the graders are going 1,000 miles an hour, grading thousands of cards a day. They might think it's on the card, and they might just give it a 9 because of that. So a simple wipe goes a long way.
Cool. Appreciate you, bro.
Sweet. Any other questions?
I guess that's primarily it. And would you post that eBay? I guess, if your return's good enough, if you can get enough on the eBay, but I guess I heard, success with whatnot, or do you go to like car shows? What do you find the best to move your product?
Yeah, the best thing to do, number one would be card shows. Number two would be social media, for not only the reason you don't have to pay fees, right? So you're getting more money in your pocket, but also you want to be able to build connections. So when you sell a card to someone at a card show, get their phone number, make conversations so you can sell more cards to them in the future. And it's very easy to do deals when you can just text someone a picture of your cards. And because they trust you, they'll just send you straight, Zelle or Venmo or Cash App or whatever with no fees. So that's the people always ask me that where's the best place to sell cards. The actual answer is to people people you've done prior deals with.
Sweet. And then last thing, I have a 101, it's a Julius Peppers shield patch. It's a 2003 card. I'm a little aware. That would not get a 9 or a 10 for sure. Would you slab that up, like just authenticate it, or would you just leave it raw?
So what is it? It's Julius Peppers.
It's a 101. I think it's 2002, 2003. I have it on my hand, but it has some definitely a little edge wear and stuff like that. A little nick corner.
What's it worth?
But player worn. That's what I wasn't sure. I was trying to look at other similar comps, and they're all over the place. But
I could try to find it. I could try to. I'm not sure what it's worth either, but let's see. You got some interesting cards, man. Julius Peppers, 2022.
2002. 2002. Shield patch, yeah.
And what is it? What's the name of the product?
I think it's a Fleer. I want to say upper deck, maybe.
It's 1 of 1?
Yeah.
There's a Fleer Platinum gold. It's probably worth like a few $100.
Okay.
Do you plan on keeping it forever?
I don't have really any close, attachment to it. I kind of picked it up in a little lot, so I think they maybe have been surprised it was in there. I didn't know. I just grabbed a bunch of cards from the person.
Yeah, I would need to see the card, but 1 of 1s, I only grade them if I think it could 10, just like any other card.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds good then. Appreciate you, man.
Sweet, dude. Thanks for calling in.
All right, take care.
All right, bye. Is there another caller? Oh, the queue's open. We are live. The queue is open. I see some questions in the chat here. Let's see. Good morning, Eric. I'm heading to a card show this weekend. I have a Caleb Williams Donners downtown. PSA 10. What is the price you will want for this card if you are selling this to a vendor? Well, if you're selling it to a vendor, good luck, because they're probably going to lowball you. But I will tell you what I think it's worth right now. Downtown. Okay, but right card. So I would definitely sell the card right now. Like, odds are they do lose to the Rams, even though I think they're going to win. But so yeah, this card is, it's gone up in value. Just, in December it was worth $1,300. Now it's like $1,800. I would take $1,800 cash. Push comes to shove. If you can't get anything better, I would take $1,650 cash. Like lowest, I would start at $2,000 and then work my way down. So minimum I'd take is like $1,650 cash, $1,600 cash, I guess, to make it an exact number. So good card, good timing to have that card. Let's see. Buenos dias, Walter. Most of the ones that dispute your statement are breakers and gamblers. I say from experience, LOL. Boxes are terrible except for tops, breakers, stores. The consumer gets screwed. You'd be right. You'd be right, Herschel. Yes, it's just a gamble. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with these guys. Like I don't hate, right? You got to make a buck somehow. I just want everyone to be aware that, what they're actually getting themselves into. Because a lot of people think that's the way to make money in sports cards when they first get in, but it's actually not. The only time you should break is for other people on whatnot. Yeah, that would be accurate. That's an accurate statement. As more time passes, do you think that cards from the junk wax era will eventually skyrocket to significant value? No, only the PSA 10s, like the hard stuff. Other than that, no, it won't, in my opinion. By the way, guys, the queue's open. Let's do the Starbucks game. Next 3 callers get a free $5 Starbucks gift card from Major League Profits and yours truly, just to get it flowing. Sometimes it takes a little bit of momentum to get the callers coming in. So $5 Starbucks gift card. Go buy your wife something. Go get her a nice coffee. I'm sure she'll appreciate you. I simply thought it was the way to get back into collecting, and it was not that either. Singles. Yeah, you're right. You're right, man. A lot of people, because those are all the advertisements you see, right? You see all like the whatnot and people breaking, and that's what they want you to think, just so they can make money. Which, like I said, nothing wrong with it, but just people should be aware, right? They're never going to advertise to you like, hey, the odds of you making money are only like 10%. So they would never say that. I don't blame them for not saying that. All right. You got Eric. You are live.
Hey, Eric, this is Russ from Louisiana.
What's up, Russ? By the way, text me your email after this. I'm going to send you a $5 Starbucks gift card.
10-4. I'm on the road, so it might be.
Sweet. Then you could really okay. Just when you get back, but you could really use a Starbucks gift card because you're on the road and nothing wrong with a coffee.
Yeah, I give it to my wife. Appreciate it.
How can I help?
Hey, I've found a card on eBay. It's actually 2 cards. So there's a 2024 Mosaic Jaden Daniels silver no huddle. It's the vertical and a PSA 10. And then he's got it tied to a 2012 Topps Mike Trout International. That's in a PSA 9. So I feel like I don't know a whole lot about it, but I feel like that card is not very liquid. I don't know if I'd be able to move that one or not. But if I could break out that no huddle, what do you think would be a good price to buy that now and sell before the off season? I could only find a couple of sales. There was one a year ago, like 500. Then it was 2 recently for
let's take a look.
$200 range.
Let's take a look. So it's 2024 Jaden Daniels no huddle Prism PSA 10.
Yeah, silver Prism.
I don't think it is a silver. I think it's just called no huddle.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, card number 302.
And the card is not a color. It's just like
correct.
No huddle.
It's just got like some sparkles in the background.
Yeah, is it the flashback variation or the regular variation? Do you know?
What's the difference? It's a vertical card. He's standing up, just like throwing the ball.
Is he okay? He's throwing the ball. I don't know if you probably can't see my screen because you're driving. Is it? You said the last sale did $500.
No. There was a sale about a year ago that did 500, and then I found 2. It looked like one right before the season. I believe it was a little over 200, and then another sale mid-season that was like 160.
And these are PSA 10 sales?
Correct.
Yeah, I just gotta. I'm assuming you're talking about. Wait, is it so it's not him holding a ball like straight out. It's him throwing a ball.
Yeah, he's throwing.
And does it say emergent on the card, like in big letters in the bottom? Does it say the word emergent?
No, it does not.
Okay, I think you're talking about.
So I'm looking at a PSA slab. It literally says silver no huddle on the PSA tag.
Hold on, let me. I just want to make sure I don't give you wrong advice. So, I'm assuming you're talking about the regular variation. Make sure it's not the flashback variation, okay? Because I'm going to assume that's what you're talking about.
Okay.
And then what would I do with that card? So let's see the sales. So the last sale was $481 right in the beginning of the season. And then Okay, it's kind of weird. So like there was a sale of like 700 when it first came out in February of last year. Then it went down to like 400, 500. There was a weird sale of 168. That's probably not accurate. So it was like let's be conservative. The card was worth like let's call it 450 for the season. And then if we look at another card, so if we look at a silver prism PSA 10, which is going to have way more sales from before the season to now, in early September, it was like $1,200, and now it's $670. So let's be conservative and say the card dipped in half. So I'd want to pay the most I'd pay for that card is like top. I pay is like $250. I'd really want it for like $200. And then how much will it go up? That's a good question. If you get it for 200, I wouldn't be surprised if you're able to sell for 300. But generally speaking, you're looking to make 20 to 30% on your money once it's sold and after all fees.
And the Mike Trout card, you got any opinion on that? Should I try to separate from that?
Yeah, I wouldn't buy it. Don't touch it.
All right, man. I think that's all I got.
Sweet, dude. Good luck. Yeah, call back in. Let me know if you get it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, later. See ya. All right. Atlantic City, New Jersey. Hometown. Oh, I think I just hung up on him. Whoops.
Hello?
Hey, what's up? You have Eric. You are live.
Hey, how you doing?
Not too bad. Who's calling in?
My name's Kyle.
Kyle, what's up, dude? How can I help?
No, I'm fairly new to this, so I used to collect cards back in like a long time ago, and I started getting back into it. And trying my luck with singles, like I fell into the trap. I got into breaks and all that, and trying to switch. So
can I ask how much you spent out of curiosity?
500, and then I finally stopped.
Oh, well, I've heard way worse stories, dude. I've had people join my program that have lost 50, 60 grand. So,
yikes.
Yeah.
So my questions are, I have two of them. I've heard someone, buying 9s, 9.5 CGC slabs, cracking them open and sending to PSA to try and boost a little bit in price.
Yep.
Do you recommend that?
No. So,
okay.
Yeah, you gotta do what's easy, right? So, right, you're new, you're just starting. You got to make the easiest money possible. So there's a few different ways I would go with it. Honestly, the easiest way to make money, and this is not sports cards, is buying Japanese Pokemon because they grade it 80 to 90% of the time. But I'm not going to talk about that, but I'm just throwing that out there. That is the easiest way to make money. Buy cards, get them graded. And then just so you know, I know you may not know anything about Pokemon, just like me. There's a website called tcgplayer.com that'll just lay out all of the profitable Pokemon cards and expensive ones, but like I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
So
I know I know a little bit about Pokemon. So I actually years ago spent $20 at a flea market by me and got a nice little, small box of Pokemon cards and had some sealed promos in there, some cool Porygons. I actually sent 2 of them out to PSA to get graded because they were the best out of the like 5 or 6 that I had. But that $20 so far has turned me into 700 so far in sales.
Wow, that's pretty good. So do you want me to give you the sports card strategy, or the Pokemon strategy?
Well, I'm calling for sports. I'm mostly staying with sports, but the reason I asked my question is because I just bought a CGC 9.5 Jaden Daniels rookie orange laser prism, and I think I got it $35.
Yep.
And I thought about cracking it just to see if I can get the 10 to get the boost.
Well, is the margin there? What does the PSA 10 do?
Without having it in front of me, I don't remember. But it was significant enough for me to, I think, try it.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you the basic strategy. So so like generally speaking, you want to at least double your money. So after all fees, I don't know if you've heard me say that before, but that's what you want to do. So if you buy a card for $50 and you're going to spend $20 to get it graded and $10 to ship and whatever your cost is, at the end of the day, if the card gets to 10, you want to at least net doubling your money. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So then the next question is what to buy. So you want to be buying football because it's the off season, and
Hmm.
you have two options. Option number one is buying like the newer guys like Shador Sanders and Jackson Dart and those guys. I would not do
Yep.
that because their best cards aren't out. And what'll happen is like the Donruss cards and the Optic Preview cards that are out right now. When the good shit comes out, those cards will go down in value. So like most likely, so like you'll get cards back from PSA and they'll be worth less than they are today. And right, if you're buying a card and sending it off for grading for a month or two, you want to be buying stuff that's going to appreciate in value. So I would go back a year and I'd be buying the Jaden Daniels, the JJ McCarthy's, the Michael Penixes. So like the let's just do an example. So like let's do like Michael Penix, right? He's kind of risky because hopefully he starts for the Falcons next year.
Right.
I think he will, but you never know. If you just go to Michael Penix and just go to eBay, do like I don't know, minimum $100, and you could filter by cards not graded. What you want to do is you want to start looking at cards. You want to be looking at the comps and also the gem rate. So like let's take this card, this first card that just popped up, this mosaic blue disco. Oh, it's an autograph auto of Mr. Michael Penix. So what I'd want to do is just hop over to Card Ladder and go to Michael Penix blue disco auto mosaic. See what this thing actually sells for. I'm assuming he's overpriced. Actually, he's not overpriced terribly. The last one did in the middle of the season it did $91, so it's probably worth less now. So you'd have to do some math to figure out how much he's down since then.
Yeah.
Um, and there's no PSA 10 sales, so I'd probably stay away because you're newer because you want to make sure you're going to at least double your money. So Michael Penix downtown. This could be a good buy. So if you look up Michael Penix downtown, let's see what these are doing. These are probably down a lot, which is good. So raw Penix downtowns are doing. This doesn't make sense. The raws are doing 300 and the PSA 10s are doing 490. That doesn't make any sense. So yeah, you can't buy that because the margins aren't there. Um, but yeah, down uptown. Let's see what the uptowns are doing. Up Michael Penix, but hopefully you see what I'm getting at here. Uh,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, and that's another route I'm trying to take too, is trying to do my best at looking at cards on eBay, trying to, work around the prices and stuff like that. Another card I just got, should be coming in the mail today actually, is Malik Neighbors Explosive,
okay.
his rookie.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a decent
and
card.
yeah, and getting that PSA 10, great, awesome, would love that, perfect world. Now that comes back at 9. I'm a Giants fan to begin with, so it comes back at 9, and I'm kind of making my either break it even or going to lose a little bit of money. I mean,
Yeah,
do you recommend keeping it slabbed at 9 or
yeah, just keep.
breaking it open?
Yeah. So two things. The first thing is yes, keep that slab. Just sell it. It's a numbers game, man. Like if you're buying 10, 15, 20 cards, a week or bi-weekly or whatever, and you keep it consistent, yeah, not every card's going to grade a 10. If you're good, 50 to 60% of the cards you send in will get a 10. And out of 10 cards you buy, 8 or 9 of them are going to go to PSA. You're always going to get a card or two in the mail where you're like, shit, I didn't see this damage, or like I wasn't able to see this in the pictures because people do
Yeah.
lie. People Photoshop things. Unfortunately, it's just a part of it. But yeah,
Yeah.
losing money is okay because sports cards is like a game of poker. It's a game of maximizing your wins and minimizing your losses. So if you send in 2 Malik Neighbor cards and one gets a 9, you lose $20. The other gets a 10, you make $80. That's the game you want to play if you're doing it correctly. That's the beauty of sports cards and grading cards. If you lose and it gets a 9, you lose a little bit, but if it gets a 10, you make a lot, which is obviously a good game to play. So it's a numbers game.
Right. And then the ones that you alluded to about, not seeing damage that you ordered and purchased and got in the mail and then found something, you don't even bother sending them in. You just try to maximize and get what you can out of those cards by reselling it.
Yeah, it depends on your budget. So if you're a little bit like, if your cash is a little bit strapped, I would just sell it right away. But I have students I can speak for students in my program where they have more than enough money to spend. They just keep the cards. They wait till they go up 10, 20, 30%. They make a little bit on them. So because that might be the next question you're going to ask. when you get these cards back from grading, should you hold them? Should you not? It's a budget question. If you have the budget to keep buying, you can hold them into July and August. If you don't have the budget to keep buying, it's not worth holding them.
Yeah, and then that's kind of what I was thinking about with the Malik Neighbors. I get that back in 9, wait till closer to the season starts, and then sell it right on the beginning of the season when the hype is there. Maybe try to make a couple bucks. I'm not trying to get a home run, but make a few bucks.
Yep.
Is that like?
It's just a question. What's your budget for buying cards? Like your starting budget right now?
So I kind of hit the budget already. So far I've been selling stuff. Like I have other collectibles too that I've been selling off because I want to get more into this. But 1,100 I was able to get. I have 400 sitting in store credit at one of our local card shops. So
yeah,
I had money to send off too and stuff like that. So
yeah, so then I just started. I would sell it right away because think about it. Like let's say you have a card that's worth $100. Let's say it comes back at 9 and it's worth $100. You could wait 3, 4, 5 months. Maybe it'll go up to 130, 120, or you could just sell it right now, eat your small losses, and then send another card in for grading. Hopefully it gets a 10. That turns into 2,300. Then you can take that 2,300 and then send another card in for grading. You can get 2 cards graded with that money and the time it would take for that card to go up 10, 20%. So it's not, mathematically speaking, it's not worth it for you to hold that card, in my opinion.
That makes sense. I get it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you answered my questions and went a little more than I was thinking, so I appreciate it.
That's the goal, dude. Any other questions? Any other way I could help?
No, love your videos. Keep watching them. Been following you on all platforms, and I love what you do.
Awesome, man.
You get guys like us back into it. I appreciate it.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Anything else, just call back in and let me know. Keep me updated.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Later. See ya.
Bye.
All right. Plandome, Manor, New York? I've never heard of that town. I'm calling you back. The queue's open after this, by the way.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? You have Eric. You are live.
Eric,
oh, there he is. There he is, Murph. What's
Eric,
up?
I apologize because I missed some episodes.
Yeah, what the hell?
I know, right? My New Year's resolution is to watch more episodes. But I went back and to check about some baseball card advice, and I looked at episode 110 to be exact, at the specific 32:30 mark, and I heard you looking for me. So I had to call and say what's up and wish you.
Yeah, man. What was more important than me that you were doing? I'm insulted.
Absolutely nothing. I have no excuse. It's like when the last show you had, when you were 20 minutes late and you said there's no one's fault but your own. This is no one's fault but my own.
That's a fair point. All right, you put me in my place.
There we go. Yeah. So, but I heard Tampa was super cold over the holiday week.
Yeah, it's during the day it gets to 65, 70, which is good. Yeah, in the morning and at night it's been pretty chilly.
Even over the Christmas and New Year's week, I heard it was 30s.
Yeah, mornings it got to 30s. Yeah.
That's wild. All right. Well, I'm glad to see you're keeping your New Year's resolutions. You got no forehead tan lines and no cut sweatshirts, buddy.
Yeah, the no cut sweatshirts and the forehead tan lines. They might happen more often this year than last year because I'm playing in more pickleball tournaments. I'm starting a new TikTok and Instagram for people to join me on my journey to becoming a singles pickleball pro, and that results in tan lines because I play in the heat and I wear a headband. So
you've upgraded, or you've moved on from tennis to pickleball?
No. I actually play more tennis still, but tennis I can never become a pro, and I'm actually naturally better at pickleball, singles pickleball for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of play in tournaments there, but it's weird, but I play more tennis recreationally.
Really? Oh, so the barrier to entry for pickleball's lower. So
you correct. Yeah, becoming a professional pickleball person is I'm close-ish there. I'm not fully there, but professional tennis, it's impossible. It's you got.
I mean, we're going down different pathways, but speaking of tennis, crazy story is my good friend from high school, his son, #1 rated tennis player in the country in high school.
Wow. What's his name?
Jack Kennedy.
Jack.
Look him up. Buy his cards. I saw him play at the U.S. Open Juniors doubles.
Wow.
And he won the whole thing.
So I think this says he's from Huntington, New York. I think he's number 5 in the world for. So maybe he's number 1 in the U.S. and number 5 in the world. He's playing at Virginia.
He's gonna play at Virginia. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice kid. I met him. Nice kid. You know.
Yeah, that's one of my regrets, man. I wish I played tennis when I was younger, man. Great sport. Great
but now
sport.
You got pickleball.
I know. Well, now I got pickleball.
That's awesome. Oh, so you're doing it. Become a pickleball pro.
Yeah, because join some tournaments. I'm commentating over, like, I record my matches and commentate over them. You wouldn't believe this. In the first tournament I played in, there was like 18 people in the bracket, and in the final, so it was all like 20 and 30-year-old guys for the most part. There's a few younger kids, and in the finals, I played an 11-year-old. 11 years old. This kid kicked everybody's ass. I swear, it was crazy. It was the wildest thing I've ever seen. It was the most greatest 11-year-old I've ever seen in my life. And yeah, he kicked everyone's ass. He won like the worlds for 14 and under. I ended up beating him, but it wasn't easy. This kid was like, for 11, I couldn't believe it.
That's great. Did it feel weird playing pickleball against an 11-year-old?
It did when I stepped on the court. Then his parents were such a piece of shit. And they were like yelling at me. Then my blood actually got boiling, and then I didn't care. And honestly, pickleball's a sport. 11's young, but pickleball's a sport where like 14 years old, you could be amazing and you could be great at 60. Like the top female pickleball player in the world, her name's Anna Lee Waters. At 16, she became #1, and she was like kicking the men's asses too. So like it's one of those sports where power and getting older doesn't do all too much, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like you can be good at any age, which is cool, right?
Yeah, because it's a game of coordination, not really a game of power or like how well you move. It helps, but yeah, so it's a weird sport like that. Yeah, it'll really put you in your place. It'll make you feel like shit. Because I've lost like 55 and 60-year-olds, and I'm 28, so.
But you made them feel good.
That's true. This is true.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. I was actually flipping through the channels once and came across whatever it is, the pickleball channel, which is I guess a testament to how popular it is, but also ridiculous at the same time.
Yeah.
And that girl was playing that you're talking about.
Anna Lee Waters, yeah, she's
someone
good.
Was mentioning she's like the goat of all sports. It's crazy how good she's won like so many tournaments or something like that.
Yeah, I saw a video of her when she was 16. She beat like a top 10 guy in the world in singles pickleball.
Wow.
Yeah, she's really good.
That's awesome. Okay, all right. Yeah, the pickleball journey. Here it comes.
Yep. But any card questions or?
Of course, I have card questions.
Go for it.
One other thing. One other side comment. Have you ever been? Do you know where I have a trivia question. I know the answer to this. The birthplace of pickleball.
Birthplace of pickleball. I'm gonna take a guess. I'm gonna guess. I have no idea, but I can guess.
Oh, go ahead.
It's gotta be a warm state. And I'm gonna go with West Palm Beach.
So your logic is sound, but that's not the right answer. And somebody could fact check me if I'm wrong, then I apologize. But this is, to my understanding, pickleball was born and started. The birthplace of pickleball was Bainbridge Island, the state of Washington, near Seattle.
Wow, that's the last place I'd expect. You know what's crazy? When I was 16 or 17 years old, this is like 11 years ago, I was playing pickleball in gym class.
What?
Yeah, we were playing pickleball in gym class, yeah.
New Jersey, ahead of its time.
Yeah, we were ahead of it. We were ahead of the time. It was a great game back then. And then just like a few years ago, it started to pop up again.
You need to get in touch with your gym teacher. Give him or her some respect.
I know his name was Mr. Actually, I'm not going to say his name out loud, but he was always accused of being a little bit too flirty with some of the high school girls.
Really, that reminds me of a story. My dad tells me, this is hilarious. My dad's friend tells me a story when he was in high school, when they were in high school, they had like a pool at the high school, right? You know, you go
Oh
swimming. I don't
God.
know if you had a pool in your high school, but most schools had pools.
Okay.
And they set the boys and the girls. So the boys would have a locker room, the girls would have a locker room, and they'd have the boys would come in separately than the girls. So they didn't have any mixed gym classes, right?
Yeah.
So he told a story about one time he had a gym teacher. I don't know the guy's name, but the gym teacher would, like, I guess, get in the pool, and then afterwards they would shower. They had showers. They would rinse off the chlorine and stuff like that.
Yep.
Right? So all the kids left, and the story was all the kids left, and the boys left. The gym teacher was showered and then was brushing his teeth in the locker room, and a bunch of girls accidentally came into class too early, and they walked in and they screamed, "Oh my God!" Because he was naked brushing his teeth, and he turned to them and said, "What's the matter? You never saw a guy brush his teeth before?"
That's funny.
Yeah, that was awesome. My dad's friend is like a character, so he tells the story. It's great.
That's funny.
Okay, buddy. So let me see. Oh, I heard you mention something. Japanese Pokemon. I know you don't want to talk about it, but you would advocate the alternate language. Those cards, I see them are cheaper than the English ones on eBay sometimes.
Yeah, they're easier to grade because the quality control in Japan is better, so the cards are in better condition.
Does that apply to Japanese One Piece too?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. Awesome. All right. Let me ask you two questions here, and then a bunch of other questions. And if I'm monopolizing too much time, you kick me off the air. And
sounds good. I'm good for the two questions. Let it rip.
Okay. What are you doing with? I bought some Sam Darnold cards, like you suggested. I've been following your advice. I bought some Sam Darnold cards a couple of weeks ago when you had mentioned it.
Didn't I mention Sam? I don't think I mentioned. I said maybe I bought them, but I think I said to buy them. I was buying them like in August. This was like a flyer because they were so cheap. Did I say?
Sorry, then I'm wrong about the timeline. Whenever you said to buy them, because his value was the value didn't match his performance. Was when
I said I could have. I say a lot of things, but I was definitely in August. I was definitely saying I'm buying a few because he's just a starting quarterback on a really good team. And it was like dirt cheap. But no, I would never say, especially because his value's up during the season. I could have, but I doubt I said to buy him during the season. But anyways, continue.
I was gonna say since he's in the playoffs, right? Would you sell now? Would you?
Yeah, I actually just sold all my Darnold. I just sold a ton of cards actually. But I just sold all my Darnold. I was able to, from the beginning of the season in August to now, on most of the cards, I was able to double my money.
Okay, do you don't hold it more and see, like, maybe you'll get to the Super Bowl and then it'll go up even more?
Is the value up? Like, what'd you buy?
Oh, I think I bought I think I was just testing the waters. I bought a silver prism.
PSA 10?
Yeah.
That's a good card. There's not a lot of silver prisms in 2018. But do you know what you paid for it?
Oh, sorry, I remember what it was. It's a prism, but it's blue prism. And I think there's only one sale. Like, that's me. I think I paid like $125 for it or something. 130.
Is it 2018? His rookie year?
Yeah. Yep.
Is it? Wait, it's graded or no?
10.
Blue, light blue.
Yeah. Yep.
Added like the die cut number to 199.
I think I don't know. I don't have the card in front of me.
You paid. Well, if you paid 100, it's probably that one. I'm guessing.
Let me see, because I think there was one sale in October. I think that was me.
Yeah, so you paid $110.
Yeah, I believe maybe I did.
Yeah. Well, honestly, let's look at Let me see something. So you paid 110 on October 18th, and let's see. His value is Donald doesn't have a lot of sales, man.
Yeah.
He doesn't have like a lot of cards. Let me see if I can find something. His value since then. So his Prism base PSA 10 was like, when you purchased that card, was like, it's kind of like $30, and now it's like $6. So his value, this is rough here, has like doubled since then.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think you could get like 200 for it. Yeah, his value is just about doubled. I think you could get like 200 for it.
And you unload it now. You don't wait to see.
Oh yeah, I would unload it now. You've doubled your money. Yeah. Let it rip.
Okay. What about I did the same thing with Bryce Young, but he's out, right? So do you hold him until? Should I hold him until the start of next season?
What do you have? What card?
Two silver PSA Prisms 10s.
What'd you pay for them?
Like I think I paid like around $130 for those each.
Yeah, I like Bryce Young. I think his value is going to go up. I mean, it's down now. Let's see. Let's take a look here. So his value, it's like in the beginning of the year, it was like, it's actually down since the beginning of the year, which is interesting. But wait, say that again. What'd you pay?
Around $130.
Yeah, just hold him. You'd break even right now.
So hold it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. That was a side question. I just wanted to also inform you that I've been making up and watching your videos and trying to apply your methods. So I'm trying to see I think that I'm on the right path. I recently there was a seller on eBay. He was selling some Malik Willis cards. It looked like some heavy hitter cards.
Yep.
I messaged him about like, hey, you think we could make a bulk deal? He's like, hey, let's move this off. He said, let's move this off of this platform so we can negotiate it and give you better prices.
Okay.
Moved it off the platform. I got about 14 cards. Most of them are either autos, not all rookies, autos, numbered, patches, all the good stuff.
Yep.
For about $62. They're all raw. And I asked him, I told him what I was doing. We texting. He seemed like a really cool kid. I was like, yeah, I want to send these in to grade. He had like hundreds of Malik Willis cards. And he was sending me pictures. I said, listen, I want to grade them. So I'm trying to find the ones that are in the best shape. So he's like, I'll look through them for you and find the cleanest ones for you. I need money now because he needed money for stuff.
Yep.
So he went through all the cards, sent me the pictures, and pulled out the ones that he thought were the cleanest that would grade the highest.
It's a good guy.
Then we made a deal for about $65 a card.
Well, yeah, I don't know what the cards are, but I like it. I like him as a buy right now.
Yeah, so and then I was going to plan to like send them all into grade and then hold them, and like you said, and before the season, then unload them. So the other question, I think this is a pretty obvious question, but I want to know from the expert, from the man, the myth, the legend himself. So I was taking your advice also, or the caller's advice, and looking into Will Levis and Sam Howell. So I found some sellers that were selling already graded cards. I know you said, you're steer away
Sam
from
Howell, I would not touch, but Will Levis could get some traction this offseason.
Yeah, okay. So I found some PSA graded cards, and all of them were for sale for less than the grading costs. So I'm assuming that makes sense, right? Just to pay to get the card graded.
I would just need to see the exact card and what to pay. It's too much of a vague, broad question.
Yeah, okay. I'm just like, I guess my question is more like, if you can get a card that's like let's say a silver prism PSA 10, and someone's selling it to you for like $15, that makes more sense than just buying the raw card.
Yes,
and
correct.
Yourself, right?
Correct. Yep.
But just my
Correct.
obvious, man. Okay. Awesome. And I also just wanted to say this. One other thing I wanted to say is I heard that episode where I called and was asking. There was that kid who was. I was like, doesn't that kid have school? But I heard he called back and he said he had like a teacher work day. So I just wanted to give him some respect. That he's out there hustling, and perhaps that school taught him everything he needs to go, and he everything he needs to know, and he no longer needs to go back
Well,
to school.
I'll relay the message if he calls back in.
Thanks, bro. Thank you.
Cool.
All right, man.
Well, thanks, Merv. It's always a pleasure. Call back in and keep me updated on things.
Will do, bro.
All right.
Good luck in your pickleball journey.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. We'll talk soon.
Later.
See ya. Oh, wow. A lot of callers. We have Mr. Walter.
Hello?
Walter, what's up, man? You're live.
What's going on, man? How are you?
Not too bad. How are you? How may I assist you today?
I'm good. I just wanted to say I've been hearing you talking about pickleball and all that.
Yeah.
And you need to go play some beach tennis in Puerto Rico.
I've heard about that. It's great. I've seen it before. It looks fantastic playing on the sand.
Yeah, you should go, man. You should go, definitely. And then that's when you're going to know if you're really good at it. When you go down there. Hey, I just wanted to say something real quick.
Sure.
Because I've been hearing people calling like, hey, should I use GameStop to send my stuff? Should I do it on my own? I done both of them. And honestly, I just want to say, don't be afraid of GameStop, for real. I had times that I paid the $40 service on my own, and then the same week I did GameStop, just regular service,
Okay.
and I got both of them back at the same time.
Yeah, it's
like the same week they were both back, and I paid $40 for a faster service, and I never really got it.
Yep. Yeah, it's the same. It's very similar. It's ni nor they. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. But hey, man, I once again thank you for everything. I'll keep listening to you because I'm going to the Philippines in June, and I gotta make some money.
Sounds like a plan, man. Yeah, if you have any questions in the future, just let me know. I'm here.
All right, man. Good talking to you. See ya.
All right, bye.
Bye.
I'm looking at beach tennis here. It looks fantastic. Wow. It's right up my alley.
Hello.
What's up, man? You got Eric. You are live.
Hey. Yeah, I had a question for you. If you could help with the comp.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
I have a 2023 Chronicles draft pick. It's Bijan Robinson. It's out of Contenders Optic, and it's a black.
2023 Chronicles Bijan. What was it?
Contenders Optic, and it's a black Infinite 1 of 1.
Oh, okay. That throws in things in for a loop. Yeah. So gold did 170. Yours is gonna be like 400 to 500.
It is graded too.
What's it graded?
It's a Gem Mint 10.
So 500 plus.
500 plus.
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, cool, man. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Quick and easy. I think I just hung up on someone on accident. Whoops. Sorry about that. I gotta go in order here. I gotta be fair. We got a big queue because Merv was on there for like 15 minutes.
Hey, what's up, Eric?
What's up, dude? How can I help? Who's calling? I don't have you saved.
Oh, it's Sean from Savannah, Georgia.
Sean, what's up, dude? How can I help?
Yeah. So I'm having my brother get into cards, because he got about $2,000, did what he's supposed to do as far as like just financially getting the funds. But
Yep.
and I know we kind of talk hey SGC initially, just if you want to get some that. My question for you is, I asked our good boy ChatGPT over here, and it's kind of crazy because you could do 17 for $15 grading. You could do 17 cycles a year with SGC, and with PSA, you're looking at about 4.
Yep.
So the craziness, but I guess my question was, at what financial point do you go from SGC to PSA, or I guess if you're doing 13 more, 12, 13 more cycles, do you even have to stop ever?
Yeah, but that's assuming you could find an infinite amount of cards to buy and grade. If that was the case, then SGC would be better, but that's not the reality. That's why PSA still makes more profit, at least in my
Yeah.
opinion. And the budget it's just if you could keep buying cards, I like to use the number of 5 cards a week. And if you could do that consistently while your cards get graded at PSA, then I would use
Yeah.
PSA. So in reality, it might take a little bit more than $2,000, but if you could keep getting more cash in the next 2 to 3 months while it's taking
Yeah.
that time, then I would use it. But you want to try to go
Gotcha.
for PSA because there's a fixed or limited amount of cards you can find.
Yeah, I was expecting you to say like absolutely, like never. But I mean, yeah. But you're saying like if he hypothetically you can find 5 cards, you don't really wouldn't really ever have to stop. You would still you'd maybe be making more money than PSA, correct? With 17 cycles a year versus
Yeah,
4.
I'd have to break down the math,
Yeah,
but
ChatGPT is sometimes too much information is bad. But ChatGPT was saying SGC is basically a moneymaker. It's going to take obviously more effort, and you have to find more cards, like you said. But
yeah,
um,
and then it
yeah,
gets tricky because sometimes like SGC 10s like suck and like don't barely make any profit, which
yeah,
is the tricky.
definitely have to be some research in there for
Yeah,
sure.
it'll take like PSA. You could kind of blindly buy any card, and a 10 will make you money,
Yeah,
more than enough money. So that's also part of the issue. Like sometimes SGC just doesn't do well with some cards.
for sure. And he's not doesn't have like the more like I'm like, hey, if you do this over the course of the year and you're sending in 5 cards a week, it's the turnaround time is not going to make any difference. In a year from now, you're not even going to realize it. But he likes my brother's kind of an instant gratitude guy, so I also kind of thought of it from an instance of like you're going to be getting these cards you just sent back in 21 days. That's going to be your instant gratification to kind of keep your momentum going.
Yeah, yeah, and if you're newer to cards, SGC is not a bad idea
Yeah,
because you get that quick win, right? You want to build
gotcha.
that. If you're new into something, you want to be able to get a quick win.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just wanted to talk you through somebody who knew anything about cards and just to see where you were at with it.
Cool, man. Thanks. Hopefully I helped you out.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, have a good one. Later. All right, we're calling everybody back here. Billings, Montana.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? You have Eric. You're live.
Hey, how you doing, Eric?
What's up, man? Who's calling?
My name is Jason. I'm from Billings, Montana.
You said it's Jason?
Yep, Jason.
Jason, what's up, man? How can I help?
Man, I got a question. I've been following you for a while. You have actually helped me tremendously. I don't open as much. I don't do whatnot as much. I'm trying to stay really diligent to the whole buying to grade, send to PSA and stuff. I do have somebody that looks over my cards for me in a different state. So sometimes he'll be like, dude, you missed something big. It's an 8. I wouldn't grade it. So he'll send those back to me and all that. I notice how a lot of times in your examples, like you've used like the CJ Stroud silver PSA 10 or the Jaden Daniels silver PSA 10. What if these cards are like raw, or maybe we do send it off and it comes back a 9? Are those cards you would just get rid of, or do you still try to hold into the peak times, August for football, February for spring training? Are some of those ones where you're just going to get rid of them? Keep in mind also, me and some of my buddies, we've been doing some shows. We've done 3 in the last few months and done very well there too. That's my favorite way of selling. But like for an example, I had a ton of Caitlin Clark cards for this last show I did this weekend, hesitant on selling because I know, April or May, she's going to go through the roof again as their season starts. What would be?
It's a budget question. So, it's not worth it to hold the $300 card to make an extra $50 on it and hold it for 3 months. If you could take that $300 and get another card graded. If you have the money to keep buying cards, hold it. If you don't, you'd rather put that money into grading another card or buying another card. So it's just, I don't know what your budget is. So it's just a budget question.
Here's another example then. Jaden Daniels Optic Red Stars PSA 10. There's only been like 2 sales, and they were both before he was injured. I don't have to sell it. I'm not in a financial position. I can hold it till August.
Yep.
Because that came out of the international hobby. Or Caitlin Clark Kaleidoscopic out of 25 PSA 10. I'm not in a rush to sell it. I can hold that one until April, May. But like I said, these PSA 9s and the ones that my guy goes, dude, you missed something big. Those you're saying get those and get more inventory, correct?
Correct. Yep. So it sounds like you could afford to hold them. So then that's what I would do because it's
On
not
some of those bigger ones, I would rather. I mean, if it's a $200 card and I can make, like you said, an extra $20, I think I'm losing the $20 in not just selling it and getting something else that can come back with a bigger return.
Yes. Yeah, loaded question, but yeah, and then there's only like for the most part, there's specific types of cards that do well holding versus not. So like a Jaden Daniels' value might go up a lot in the next 4 or 5 months. However, his like lower tier products like Optic Preview, which is like desirable, may not go up at all, but his Prism cards will. So you need the right types of products, like the top end products, and those are the ones that will appreciate first.
So being Optic, that Red Stars, it's not an Optic Preview, I don't think.
Yeah, so that's a good one. Optic's good. Prism is number one, and Optic's kind of right behind it.
Same with maybe Select.
Yeah. Yeah, Select is good. It's kind of along the lines of Optic. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. That's kind of what I wanted to make sure of, because like at first I was like hoarding all these cards. I'm like, but I can't get new cards yet because I haven't sold these. But they were raw or PSA 9s. I'm like, I have a feeling your examples are obviously to make some bigger money, which is great. That's what I'm trying to get to that point where I'm not stressing the raw or the 9s and stuff like that. And I had to start small, like I said, buying these $20, $30 cards to get them to be $100 PSA 10s. And now I can buy the $100 cards that are raw, and now they're coming back with bigger 10s. So You've been a tremendous help. I just want to throw that out there if anybody's listening.
Cool, yes.
It's been helping tremendously.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, and also keep in mind, nothing will ever make you more money than grading. You always want to try to buy raw and grade up until you get like a budget of like 15, 20 grand, and then start buying already graded. There's always more money in grading.
If I can get something so low that I could flip it, like I got a show this weekend here in Billings.
Yeah,
different. Able to get one card so low, and it's Bo Nix. Bo Nix is popular in Billings. I could flip it this weekend.
Yeah. If you could flip it right away, for sure. If you could buy something at 70, 80%, just stick it in the showcase and flip it, correct, yes.
Cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, dude. Good luck out there. Keep me updated. Let me know how the show goes.
Oh, I definitely will. Thank you.
Thanks, bro. Later.
Bye.
And the last caller of the day.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, man? You have Eric. You are live.
Hey, Eric. How's it going? This is Alex from South Texas.
What's up, Alex? How may I be at your service?
Yeah, I called, but I think two callers ago kind of answered my question.
Okay.
I had a question about SGC. I was thinking about sending some cards out there. Well, I guess my question would have been, what cards would you look for to send to SGC right now?
Yeah, the best ones for SGC are like, let me look. It's a good question. I'm going to assume it's like the newer Jackson Dart stuff and like Shedeur Sanders stuff.
I just bought some of his stuff
because like
yesterday. So.
Let's look like Jackson Dart, Donruss. Let me just see something. Hold on, let me just see what this stuff sells for. Jackson Dart. I'm assuming my answer is going to be something like this. Dart. Hold on. Did I spell Jackson wrong? Dart. Optic. Okay, so like Optic Preview Jackson Dart, I would not hold that card long term. But to send to SGC real quick, stuff like this will do well.
Okay.
Yeah, but just sell it right away because that card's most likely going to go down in value as you get closer to the season because there's better stuff that's going to come out.
Yeah. Okay. And I also bought some Drake May. I know like there's a couple of his lower end cards like a Bomb Squad does like $15, and I think in a 10 it does like 100. And an SGC 10, so I think that would be a good play like that, right? Like cards like that.
I would stay away from guys who are currently playing and guys who are really hot because odds are, when he does lose, I mean,
it's gonna go down. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so I'd stay away personally.
Okay, so like the newer guys send his stuff in right away and flip them real quick.
Yep.
So, all right, Eric, appreciate it.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for calling in.
All right, man. Thanks.
Later. See you. All right. That's a wrap. I just want to go on record with giving my picks. I feel like sometimes I forget to give my picks, and I love NFL gambling, and it's sad because it's almost over. All right. This could be the biggest football bet I ever make. Broncos +1 to beat the Bills. Number 2, I'm like Broncos, I'm 10 out of 10 confident. I was also 10 out of 10 confident on the Jaguars. Keep that in mind. But I like this one even more. I thought the spread was going to be like -4 Broncos. And then you have the next game, which is Seahawks -7 to Niners. I'm pretty I think the Eagles were a flawed team. You could tell the Niners are very flawed. They're really just broken to pieces. I think the Seahawks are just going to steamroll them. I'm going to take the -7. And then the next game, the early game on Sunday, that is not the Rams Bears, Texans Patriots. I'm actually about to go to Hard Rock, maybe today or tomorrow, and take the Texans to win it all at +850. I think they are a team built to win the Super Bowl. Two great edge rushers and Will Anderson and what's his name? What's his name? Oh, I'm blanking on his name. Will Anderson and the other guy who's been good for a long time. Now this is bothering me. Daniil Hunter. They are just built to win. I think they're a bad matchup for the Patriots. I think the Patriots are a little bit overvalued. They're good, not great. They've had the easiest schedule since 1999. Fun fact. I think the Texans +3.5 is super good. I'm going to take them to win the Super Bowl. They won't beat the Bills. I'll bet you they'll beat the Bills. How's that? And then I'm going to take the Bears +4 against the Rams. That one I'm the least confident in. Texans. So it's Broncos. I'm like, in my head, I look at the Jaguars game, and Trevor Lawrence played like shit. Josh Allen played flawless, perfect. They weren't able to run the ball. Generally speaking, a great running game versus a great running defense, you really can't run the ball. It's still hard. So I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball against the Broncos. But the difference between the Broncos and the Jaguars is the Broncos' pass rush is better to get to Allen, number 1. Number 2, their secondary is better. And I don't know who's going to get open because you have Kincaid, you have Knox, which is cool. Shakir, and then after that, Brandon Cooks is okay, I guess. He somehow gets a big play every single game. But and also the atmosphere is much better. And if it's bad weather, that'll play into the Broncos' hands, in my opinion, because the Bills will have to pass the ball as opposed to the Bills. They have the worst rushing defense. So yeah, I'm way too confident. It's going to be dangerous with how much money I put on that game, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Then Seahawks, like I said, and then you got the Texans, who I'm second most confident in. Seahawks, I'm third most confident in. And then if the weekend goes well, I'll probably put money on the Bears. Honestly, if I'm 3-0 at that point by the Bears game, I might just lay off because I've been there before. Right? It's hard to go 4-0. 3-0 is even hard enough. So those will be my picks. I'm going on record with saying I guarantee the Broncos beat the Bills. There's no guarantees, but I'm very, very highly confident. So we'll see, Kevin. We'll see. The Bills' pass D is number 1. Yeah, it is. No, their pass defense is good. But I don't think the Broncos are going to pass the ball much. And Bo Nix is just going to run around. So, Broncos have a good O-line. I think they're going to be able to run the ball. So that's my theory. And I just think it's a bad. One team is just loaded through across the board. Receiver, tight end, O-line, D-line. Everywhere's good. And the Bills are a flawed team, man. If you take Josh Allen off the Bills, they're a 3-win team. Their defense is mid, right? Good passing defense, bad running defense, and they have no weapons. James Cook is a good weapon, obviously. So, but we'll see, Kevin. We shall see. I might eat my words in a few days. But everyone have a great weekend. Stay safe. Have fun. Watch the NFL games. I'll see you folks on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Later. See you guys.